everyone, it's Gavin from Balls to You, and this is the video, the last clutch of 2021. Before we get into this, if you could like, share and subscribe, hit that notification bell and also leave me a comment down below, that would be absolutely amazing. So this is the last clutch of 2021. I know you're probably thinking we're in 2022, Gav, but yeah, this is from 2021. It was laid in 21, even though they hatched in 22. I still class it as 21. This was clutch 50 of 52 females that I bred for my projects. So last season was a 96% success rate. Year to date, I'm currently running at about 94. So I'm really pleased with the progress and my breeding recipe moving forward. Still some fine tuning to do, but it's absolutely coming together and I'm really buzzing for this coming season. This clutch, like I said, was clutch 50. It's kind of special because I've got a couple of good friends around. They've never cooked eggs before, so it was really good to see them interact and see, the first time actually holding the eggs, sort of experiencing the texture and also being able to cut and see the babies. So for me, it was an absolute win-win situation. At the end of the egg cutting, I'll also put an update video at the end as well, just to go over a few things on how the clutch developed moving forward. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. But before you do, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell, and also make sure you hit that like button, okay? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what pairing you're looking forward to this coming season. Okay guys, let's get into the video. So this is the last clutch of 2021. This is clutch 50 out of 52 females. I have two fantastic people with me today, which they have ventured into the realms of breeding. So it's absolutely awesome. I've got Mac, who runs my Discord with our Patreon, and we've got his lovely other half, Steph. What we're going to do is the last clutch. Mac and Steph have never really seen eggs in person, and they've never really experienced cutting a clutch of eggs. So I'm going to show them what we do and how we do it, and the reasons why we do things. Mac and Steph are pretty much clued up on things, but there's nothing like seeing things in person. So this is clutch 50, like I said, of 52 females that are bred. That gives me 94% success rate. There was 5 eggs originally. One was a slug, so we got four good eggs. The male was a leopard clown, and it was bred to a pastel Enchi special female. Now, the reason for this clutch is to purely see what's going on. So we'll cut the eggs today, and we'll look at them in an update. I'll do an update video on these when they're obviously out the clutch, which you'll see towards the end of the video. Just pure and simple, we are cutting these slightly early because I want to go over things and show why we do things and how we do it, etc, etc. So we're probably about 3 days early from when they're due to pip. I want to do this and show Pete and Steph exactly how we do things. So I'm going to do 1 egg, and then I'll let you guys take over and cut 1 each. Okay, so any questions before we start?
No, I'm good. No?
So obviously, how they lay is how they stay. I've always said that. Normally, when they're ready to hatch, you can feel the snake, and you'll feel squeeze the egg, and you'll feel the snake pushing back, and obviously you can separate them dead easy. So how they lay is how they stay. We can use obviously the limited edition Balls to You Dragon Hatch tray as a egg holding tray, whether it be they're laid individually or they're laid together. So I'm going to shut up and let's start cutting. So I'm going to do the boob egg. Okay, there was a little bit of green on that. Now, the one thing I'll explain to people, there's 2 different types of mold. You can get mold which grows on the outside, which has come from our fingers when we've touched the eggs, when we've taken them from the female and we've put them in incubation. Maybe we haven't washed our hands and we start to cultivate mold. That's on the exterior of the egg. It never normally damages the egg or causes problems, but obviously we don't want to cultivate a bacteria, which will be probably a gram-positive bacteria because it's coming from us onto the eggs. The other type of bacteria is done from internal, external, so the embryo has an issue, starts to die, and then it can start to go green from the inside out. So first thing I'm going to do, as we've done before, we're going to roll and pinch the top. Okay.
So
now,
what does the rolling do?
So what the theory is behind rolling is that it loosens the veins from the top of the egg shell. So when we do cut, we're cutting minimal veins. But to be brutally honest with you, at this stage, the veins are being absorbed into the yolk so the veins aren't really a major issue. So all we're going to do is just gently make an incision like so, and again we're using the special baby scissors so we can't injure the snake, and we're just going to push the scissor to the top, and all we're going to do is just gently make a little opening like so. I just tend to make a flap like so, and then we can just literally lift it up, and in there we have a little baby ball python. Now I can't see exactly what it is. Possible pastel enchi, but we'll soon see obviously as it comes out. So we're just going to put that one, we'll put it over here actually. So we'll let Matt go next. Don the scissors.
Cheers, buddy.
Just don't be afraid to sort of really roll it.
They're much tougher than what they look, because like when you see them and it looks like the inside of an old chicken egg, but it's really tough.
Brittle. Yeah, they're quite leathery. Come over this way a bit more under the camera. That's it.
Much tougher than I was expecting to feel.
That's it. So all you got to do, like I showed you, just gently make an incision. That's it, and then just cut a flap. The reason why I cut a flap is because we can just flap it back over. Okay. Perfect. So what we got there looks to be like a pastel special. Obviously everything's going to be 100% het clown, but what we're looking for is to prove out that this female has or does actually have special. So I can see from that looks more than a pastel. I don't see enchi, so I believe it's just going to be pastel special.
It's nuts to see the inside at this stage.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't see, you know, this is the first time we've seen it. And
yeah.
There's an actual real insight into.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
That's it. Alright, Steph, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you this one.
Yeah.
Which will be a bit easier to, because I'm going to give you that one. Okay, whoever you are.
It's really strange.
So whenever you're ready, just roll that. Whenever you're ready, just go for it. That's it. Fantastic. Okay, so it looks like a pastel leopard. So again, I'm just looking at pattern, and a lot of this is down to experience. So look, we just do this. More fingers and thumbs. So it looks like a pastel leopard. Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it looks.
Yeah, looks completely different, doesn't it? So what we got there is obviously, for those who don't really know or understand, the eggs are almost like leathery type feel to them. And like I said, at this stage, it's not going to hurt the snakes. They're way past and ready to sort of in the next, like I said, 3 days they're due to come out. So very different, I suppose, than what you actually anticipated or what you thought.
They don't, like, even though you can see them dimpling in the tray and what you see on videos.
Yeah.
They didn't prepare us for how they feel.
Yeah.
They look softer than what they are.
Yeah. So they're quite, I mean, you got to understand, like I said, they're quite sort of, what's the word, hearty. They're quite, they can take a lot of stick because the shell is obviously designed to protect.
It's harder to cut than you think as well.
Yeah. It's a bit harder than cutting paper, but not as hard as cutting cardboard. That's probably the best way to.
Yeah, it's like a thin compressed felt when you're cutting it. That's the feel that you get.
So that's just a special, by the looks of it. So the whole idea with this clutch was to prove whether or not that the female does actually have special. And looking at it from the offset, she does have special, which is great. So I can now confirm what she is. And that's what this clutch was all about. So nothing crazy in this clutch regarding it being the last clutch of the season, but again, a lot of the times when we do pairings, we're often trying to prove stuff out, whether it be het for this, het for that, what genes are involved, especially if you've got a multiple gene female. My next task with this clutch is to see whether or not it's which line of special it is. So once they come out, we'll obviously do an update video on the cleaning, and we'll have a look in a bit more detail exactly what we've got versus the ratio. Obviously we only got one leopard combo by the looks of it, but that's fine. It could be a special leopard, but again, we'll see as soon as it comes out. So stay tuned, we'll get into the next video straight after this. So here we have the results from that last clutch. Now that last clutch was obviously clutch 50 for me of the 2021 season. For me, the 2021 season was a fantastic year. We got 50 clutches out of 52 bred females. And I've absolutely had a fantastic year regarding the animals that I wanted to produce for me. We hit no leopards in this clutch. Well, not from these three anyway. A little high strung, as you can see, hence why I've got my dangerous noodle hook. You know, there was one in the egg, unfortunately it didn't make it. It was a leopard combo. That was in the Boob Egg. So we have 3 beautiful animals here, and we've got 2 enchies and 1 pastel special. So obviously they're 100% het clown. We've proven that the mom does have special in her, so we can safely say we can now label her up as being what she is. Sometimes just working with simple combos just to prove the female out, you know, because I didn't produce the female, or even if I did produce the female, sometimes it's worth finding out what's going on with mom, so then in later, you know, when you do come to sell that female, you obviously know what you're selling, and you can obviously prove it out to the person that's buying that animal. So it's always important to try and prove animals out, whether they're posset this, posset that, may have this gene, may have that gene. And certainly I'm definitely not disappointed with the outcome of this clutch. So there we go. Fantastic season for me. A lot of animals that I produced were critical to my projects that I'm working with here at Balls to You. Obviously always looking at progressing my collection, and obviously just enjoying the hobby as we go. I want to thank everyone for supporting me in 2021. Obviously I know you guys are seeing this in 2022, and trust me, we have some fantastic things that are coming this way to the Balls to You movement, let's say. You guys are truly phenomenal. I have a fantastic team of friends behind the scenes that are helping me and supporting me. And also we are building this community to be what it really needs to be, which is helpful, supportive and positive. So for now guys, I'm going to leave you with that clutch. Like I said, bit of an update. I'll throw this, obviously this should be at the end of the egg cutting video. I want to thank Pete and Steph, or aka Mac and Mrs. Mac, for coming over, and obviously those guys experiencing the cutting of eggs because it's their first time. And I love seeing people's expressions when they're touching the eggs and handling them and cutting them, so they get to see exactly what it's all about. So for now guys, I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a fantastic start to 2022, and I wish you all the best for 2022. We have some amazing and exciting things coming, like I said, very, very shortly, and I want to bring you guys along for the ride. So for now, take care everyone, hope you're all well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming.